Okay, so you just launched Flipper?
Google Fast Flip.
Oh, isn't it called Flipper? Was it called Flipper before?
You had a screenshot that had it under its code name, which is Flipper. But today it's launching as Google Fast Flip.
Okay, and this is one of your products, but Enrique, what's your last name?
Munoz Torres.
Munoz Torres. Okay, you're the product manager for Fast Flip.
Yes.
Okay, why not Flipper? Flipper's a better name. How did you come up with Fast Flip?
Well, we wanted something that also incorporated the notion of speed.
Oh, okay. So. You're experimenting a lot with news. But this is one of the things you've done. This year there's been 2 or 3 other things as well. Are you trying to just test a lot of stuff until you find that magic way that consumers want to interact with news online?
Well, we think that what the news industry needs in order to make the transition online is a lot of experimentation and innovation. So trying a lot of different things, seeing what works, seeing what causes user engagement. Can we build models around subscription or advertising? Fast Flip is advertising based, but we're looking at all of those types of combinations in order to really try and build a sustainable business model.
How is this one testing out?
Well, we just launched today, so we'll know more. But
we tested it internally, and people liked it. We had a really good reaction from Googlers, and we hope that people outside Google will like it as much.
Okay.
And we were seeing people do literally, dozens and dozens of stories. So much like Google Reader, which facilitates, the fast reading of RSS feeds. This is great because it has that same kind of speed effect. You end up reading a lot more, but it's a much richer presentation because you actually get the whole web page rendered. It does feel like you're flipping pages of a magazine.
And you're sharing revenue with publishers.
Yeah, that's right.
And how is that going over? Publishers liking that? Has anyone said you can't use our content yet, or has everyone been like, this is great?
Well, we have 36, actually we have more than 3 dozen publishers signed up. And TechCrunch is one of them.
Nice.
And we have a lot of the big names like, New York Times, Washington Post, Newsweek, Business Week. We have some of the vertical publications as well, like Popular Mechanics and Cosmo, Us Weekly.
AP's included? Is it part of your old deal or no?
So we're including it as part of Google News. And we have posted data.
You already have the rights to the data. Did anyone say no? Anyone big say, we want to wait and see on this?
Yeah, we can't comment on the discussions we've had with different companies, but we were really pleased with the overall response from publishers. They were really open to it. We had a lot of publishers sign up to launch with us, and we're hoping to sign up more soon.
So you'll comment though on the ones that said yes.
Yeah, because they're in
but
the
you can't comment on the ones that didn't say yes.
It's verifiable.
Favorite startup you've seen today? Was it the Udorse, or you were really lit up? The whole panel did with Udorse.
I really liked Udorse a lot, and I also liked 5 to 1. I thought they were very thoughtful about the overall publisher piece. I think that they have some issues around technology. Do they have a good enough matching technology? Can they make it easy? Because it looked awfully manual. But I think if they can get some machine learning in there and overcome that, I think that they'll do better. But I do think that everyone's been looking for the key to social monetization and monetizing all these page views on social networks. And I think that having endorsements from friends, having people tag, this is what I like about this hotel or this piece of clothing or this gadget, is really promising because you could do either affiliate fees or cooperative buying. I think it's really promising.
You said this is one of the primary ways that social networks can monetize. I mean, you said that off the cuff, so I don't want to hold you to it. Do you really believe that this is something that could be a material revenue stream?
I do. I mean, I think that when you look at different possibilities, right, because their subscription, yes, some people would pay to use social networks, so that would certainly reduce their overall, the overall engagement factor. I think that there's also advertising, and advertising does work, but one of the things is that users are so focused on what they're doing in the social network, right? So on search, one, we know what the person was just looking for because they just typed in. We can sort of map that. Social networks, you don't know, and while a power user of Google might do, say, 20 page views a day, 20 searches a day, the average person on a social network might do 200. So you're getting like 1/10 the engagement on each ad. So I ultimately think that the cooperative buying and affiliate fees and really trying to help and track how people spread different purchases by word of mouth could be really interesting from a sort of a percentage level.
Would you buy them or just copy them to put them out of business?
I think that I don't think that it's really about copying. I do think that it's about looking at where the innovation is. And I do think that they have some interesting ideas as to how this could be implemented and built. So for us, with acquisitions, we're always looking for the strength of the technology. There has to be real technology there, and the strength of the team.
But don't you have a concern about user experience overall? I mean, as they were presenting, I just saw like everyone, like now everyone's always like, hey, will you retweet this? It's like everyone's saying, oh, will you endorse me? Will you endorse this story? Will you endorse this? And, you know, getting paid for it, do people really mean it? I mean, I just see eventually it being everywhere and tuning it out the way I tune out advertising.
That is why my first question was about how do you deal with spam tags, unwanted tags. Because, like, I do think, you know, I had this kind of flash of the movie Fight Club. You know, there's that scene where he walks into his apartment and visualizes the IKEA catalog with, like, price tags and dollars on everything. I'm like, if every picture on Facebook looks like that, that would be a downside. But that said, you know, I've actually been kind of keeping track of this. My boss and I swap gadget ideas, and we recommend like a gadget a month to each other, right? And I think that, you know, when we were like, you know, wouldn't it be nice if there was a tool or an easier way to do this, and also to be able to tell someone like, hey, you know, this is really great, and get 10 people to go buy it, either get a better discount because they're grouped together.
Yeah, I like the group buying
fees.
thing.
Yeah.
That seems a little less commercial.
Point the camera at Enrique.
Okay.
Scale of 1 to 10, how is she as a boss? Be honest. Just because she's standing right there doesn't mean you can't.
This
be
is 6
completely
minutes
honest.
in. No one's still watching.
She's a really good boss.
So
Yep.
6.5,
No, much more than that.
like 7.
Strongly exceeds expectations.
1 to
On that note,
5.
we gotta go look at some more stuff. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.